For today's project, I'll be creating some spring cards using the Glimmer of the Month from Spellbinders. Hi guys, I'm Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. And if you're a channel member, thank you so much for all of your support. The club kits are open for new signups, and I'm collaborating with some of my crafty friends to share our projects, showcasing some of the fun new club kits. Be sure to check out my friends' projects by clicking on hashtag Spellbinders February 24 clubs or by clicking in their video links in the description box below. If you're interested in any of the products I'm using today, you can find them listed and linked below. Using my links helps to support my channel, and I really appreciate your support. For today's card, I'm going to be using the new Glimmer of the Month. It's called Daffodil Spray. It's got this real pretty, it's got some daffodils. Yeah, I love the florals. Anyway, we've got daffodils, we've got some sentiments, and we've got dies that's going to cut out our sentiments. So that is nice. Also, the foil that I got that came with mine is champagne, so I'm going to try out this lovely color. To me, it still looks kind of gold, but I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a softer, brighter gold color. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my glimmer system so it can heat up. So we've got the power light on. Once this light turns green and says platform ready, I'll know that everything is basically hot enough, and then I can start the timer. This is a fairly large plate though. So what I tend to do with those is I will basically let it go through the cycle twice to get nice and hot. While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and tape my foil down to my platform to kind of keep it in place, and then I can place my cardstock down. I've also added some tick marks on my platform itself. This is going to show me where the 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch size is, so that when I place my card, everything's going to be lined up perfectly. And we also want to make sure that we have the foil facing the shiny side, facing down towards our panel. This silver side is pretty much just the adhesive side, so having that adhesive touching our card is what we want, because otherwise it's going to stick the wrong way, right? So whenever you're doing any kind of foiling, whether it is toner or heat foiling, you're always going to want to do the adhesive side towards your card, the shiny side away from your card. Okay, it has turned green in the platform ready, so now I'm going to hit the timer. So now I'm going to just run that through my Platinum 6 die cutting machine, and let's take a look. Ooh. And I have to say that that turned out perfect. So I'm also going to be foiling up some sentiments in matching cardstock. This one is slightly overfoiled, but I can take care of that by just brushing some of that away. And now it looks perfect. So next I just need to die cut this out. You do want to be careful not to cover the foil with your tape if you're taping your die cut or die in place, because it can lift that foil. I have also seen that it will help to remove some of the overfoiling, so if you have that, using some of the Best Ever Craft tape is a good option. So I kind of have decided that I want to use part of this image, and I did trim off the excess there. And I'm going to use one of these panels that I made using the embossing folder of the month. And I think we can just have it kind of overlap. I cut this one into 2 pieces, mostly because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use, the green part or the blue part, because the rest is going to be covered up. So that means I need to decide. And you know what? I can probably do the same kind of design with one of my other panels. So I decided to use some of my, I've got a few of these. I've actually got a couple of packs of it, of some heavyweight cardstock that I've got for for making card bases, and it's in different colors, and I don't use colored card bases that much, so I'm going to do it this time. And I trimmed down my panel a little bit more, so it's going to give me that little 1/8 of an inch around the side. I'm going to glue the embossed piece down, and then I'll pop the other up on some foam. So I also need to determine where I need to cut this. So I want it to be about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just lining it up on my card. I think I'm going to give it a little bit of wiggle room there. So you can see right there we've got a little bit of space there. Just line that up, and then I'm going to just draw a pencil line about where I think I need it to be. This can be off, it doesn't really matter as long as we've got the edge of this panel covered up. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim this down. And now I can add some foam tape to the back of this and pop it up on my card. Okay, I'm trying something new. When I laid my sentiment down, it gets lost, and I don't want that. I want it to actually pop a little bit. So I thought, well, maybe I can make an offset using one of the dies. So I went ahead and die cut the image again out of some white cardstock, but it only does a little bit. You see like that? So I tried it out on another one of my sentiments to see if it would work, and I cut it in half. And this looks like it's going to work perfect. So I am cutting it. Let me see how I did on that one. Okay, I did it at an angle. So I did right here. And then we're just going to glue it to the back of our sentiment. Okay, so I'm just adding some liquid glue to the top section first. And then we will put this down so that it's just offset just a little bit. We just want a little bit of that white to show behind the blue. And that looks about right. So now we've got that offset, so it's going to make it so we can see the rest of the sentiment pretty well. So I'm going to add some more glue to the rest of this and use the other half. Now this half, I still want it to show white on this edge, so that's the side I'm going to have slid over slightly. And so we're going to have it off to the side there, and we're going to have it showing a little bit at the bottom. So it's basically, we're just stretching that white image behind it. And there we go. So now when I put this on here, you're going to be able to still see the sentiment. Yes, it kind of gets lost because it's all for that shiny foil, but I think this is gorgeous. I think I'm also going to put a little bit of foam on the side that's going to be overlapping so that everything is pretty much even. And then we can add glue to the other side and just adhere that right down. Sometimes I think I go a little bit overboard with the foil, but foil is just so pretty, you know? That is lovely. Now to finish it off, I am pulling out some of my gems that I've got from Spellbinders. These have been in my stash for a bit, and I've got different colors. I think these blue would be pretty. And I am going to put it over the embossed panel so that it doesn't blend in again with all of that shiny and blue goodness on the other side, so we can see these a little bit better. And there we go. Now I just need to basically do the same thing with my other panels. I just love how these cards turned out, and I challenge you to create a similar card and to share them with us in my Discord and Facebook groups. Both groups are totally free and have lots of encouraging crafters for you to share your projects with and to get inspiration from. We would love to get to know you and to see the wonderful things that you create. In the meantime, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe so you always know when I post a new video or live stream. I'm sure that you want more inspiration, so be sure to click on that link to the next person in the hop and check out this playlist for more projects using Spellbinders products.